Hello and welcome to Beach Out. Now, I had asked you on my Instagram story recently if you guys would like to have an update, a 90,000 kilometers update on my Polo and how the ownership experience has been. Well, all I can say is that the experience has been pretty bittersweet. Overall ownership, the experience has been kind of good. It doesn't have a lot of drama over there, not a lot to complain. But in terms of its maintenance and in terms of what the poor car has gone through, I have a ton of material and a ton of content to share with you. So let me quickly unveil and show you what the car is currently as. This is that very Polo that you saw the last time, which I think was a 50 or a 60,000 kilometers update. And this is that very same car. I know it doesn't look at all like that same car from any angle, and believe me, this is just getting started. Things are going to get a lot worse when I show you the details of what this poor car has gone through. Firstly, I'll give you a quick update on what all happened, and then I'm going to tell you what my plans are to get it back into shape. So what basically happened is that I waited till 2023 to get my insurance claim on this car, and when I actually called the insurance agency or the insurance company that I want to finally get an insurance claim on their car, to my pleasant surprise, they told me that my insurance has expired 1 month ago. So I had a car which was actually not this bad in condition, but still quite bad. And at that time, I had no insurance on the car. By no insurance, I mean that I actually had my insurance expired, and the only option I was left with is getting a third-party insurance only for legal reasons, because otherwise, as you can see, there was really no point getting the insurance done. Although at this point, again in 2023, somewhere around March, the car was still not in this bad shape. I took the car to Kerala. As you must have seen, I did a lot of content in Kerala. That is the time when I had this car with me. That time also the car had very few dings here and there, some scratches, some scrapes, some dents here and there. But then what happened is, while I was coming back from Kerala, I had a very bad accident. I'm going to show you a photo of what that actually looked over here. So in that particular accident, what really happened is I lost my entire front end of the car. I lost the windscreen, I lost the bonnet, I lost most of the front end, the lights, the grille and everything. And what you see over here is me getting back to Pune and doing a quick fix job so that the car is at least running, the hood is not missing from the car. Of course, I had to get the windshield replaced. The bonnet is also a temporary fix which I did. So that is the last incident that happened with this car. And now what I'll do is I'll quickly show around more details of what all damages and what all beating this car has taken over the last 3 years. Okay, so let's begin from the start. The most obvious thing you will see is that the entire front end is gone. The bumper needs replacing. The lower part, whatever this is completely gone. I'm missing a fog light which fell off somewhere on the highway. That is completely off and gone. These headlights also, as you can see, they have lost their holder from the inside. In fact, this one actually, if you pull it hard enough, comes completely off because it has no brackets or stays at the back. This hood is a jugaad which I actually got from Gujarat for very cheap. I think some 2,000 rupees I got this hood because I need something, of course, to cover my original hood which was broken. The only thing which I have got which is quality is this windscreen, because of course it's the windscreen. You don't want to play around with glass items, especially the ones which you see out of and look onto the road. So that is something which I got quality. But rest of it, the front end of this car is, yeah, pretty much gone. Then there are some old battle scars on this car where you can see scratches. There's a massive dent over here. Look, it's completely gone on the inside. Then the running boards on both ends are completely damaged, and so are the doors. There's a big gash over here. There are scratches, scrapes over here as well. This door also, there are dents over here. And if I come around to the back, there's a little bit of damage over here in the bumper. This bumper plastic and notches have been completely off. I think this is probably the only panel which is still pretty much in its original shape. How it, no, hang on, no, that's not the case. This also has a big scratch over here. It's got a massive dent over here as well. Then this door, again, scratched. The running board damaged. Over here it's gone in. And then moving to the front door, And then moving to the front door, again, there are a few scratches over here, although this is probably one of the least affected or the least damaged part. Then the mirror covers also damaged. There's another dent over here. So yeah, overall from the outside, this car, as you can see, is in really, really bad shape. So to get started with things, what I did is I thought I'll actually go to Volkswagen and get a kind of a quote to what all it would take and what they would probably charge to fix something which is in a bad shape as much as this Polo. And as you can see, the list is actually quite massive, where this first page is only the parts and this page is all the repair work, the denting and the labor. And the total amount of parts, first of all, I list down the parts which we need. Of course, there are a lot of nuts and bolts, sound pad, front bumper, right hand side bracket, left hand side bracket, topping cap, upper grille, right hand fog lamp, left hand fog lamp, carrier kit, air duct, left air duct, headlamp kit, right headlamp kit, left headlamp kit, both, bumper, left bracket, right reflector, GT logo, which is, by the way, 1600 bucks for the GT logo. That's not the worst part yet, hang on. Then we have the sealant. For some reason, they also need a sealant, which is 14,000 rupees. The headlamps, by the way, for this car are 10,700 rupees each, but we don't need them. Then we have primer, then there is the GT stickers on both sides. There's just the plain GT TSI sticker, which is on both the side panels, the quarter panels. Those stickers in themselves are 5,200 rupees. Then we are just getting started, by the way. The right hand side, basically the doors on this car are about 9,500 rupees, close to 10,000 rupees before taxes. Then we have the fenders, both sides. Then we have, of course, the bonnet. The bonnet is surprisingly cheap. I mean, compared to a 10,700 rupee headlight, the bonnet is just 7,200 bucks. Bonnet hinges, though, are 6,600 rupees. The bonnet is, that entire piece of metal is 7,200, but just the hinges is 6,600. Volkswagen logic. Then we have the lower bonnet latch, which is 3,500. Then another door, basically 2 doors need replacement, 2 doors will be able to get repaired. That's what is according to Volkswagen. Then this entire list of parts alone, I have gotten a quote of 1,26,250 rupees. And then on top of that, there's a quote of about 56,000 rupees for the paint, and then the rest of it is for labor, denting and other things. And what that gets me to a total of is, wait for it, 2,08,986 rupees. So basically, if I give this car to Volkswagen, they are going to charge me more than 2 lakh rupees. And by the way, that is the cost for getting this car fixed just cosmetically. Because, I mean, I drive this car. I mean, no matter how it looks, no matter how bad it looks, I still drive this car. And because of that reason, the mechanicals of this car are perfectly fine. I've recently got a full suspension overhaul. So the suspensions are completely new. The clutch overhaul happened at around 80,000 kilometers. So the clutch plates are also new on this car. In terms of its mechanicals, this car is perfect. It might not look like it when you look at it from the outside, but yeah, this car, trust me, mechanically is perfect. So just to get my car cosmetically fit and fine once again, I have to spend more than 2 lakhs. So just at the same time, while I was hit by that bad news of 2 lakh rupees that I have to spend to get this car back into shape, I thankfully got in touch with some of my really good friends over here, Nikhil at Desmo One. These guys have just started this massive setup, which is over here near Baner. It's in Mahunge area, in Pune, of course, where I am from. And these guys have started this really, I mean, it's still a work in progress. This place is still not open to public yet. It is still not open to business. But Desmo One actually came into the rescue and said, okay, if Volkswagen has done this, let's challenge Volkswagen and let's see what cost we can get the same kind of quality while at the same time a much lower price. So what I am going to do is I am going to work on this car with Desmo One, and in fact we've taken it as a challenge that what we are going to do is not just fix the car back into its normal shape, but do three things. First, fix the dents and paints, get the cosmetics all worked out and patched up, one. Second, get the car fully painted. And third, before the paint happens, we are going to also wrap the car. And it's not just that. As a bonus, we are also planning to get the car a stage 1 or a stage 2 tune. And the beauty of all of this is we are planning to get all of these 3-4 things done within the cost of what Volkswagen has quoted just for the bodywork. In fact, we are planning to get it a lot within that particular budget. As you can see, there is a ton of area to work over here. This is of course where a lot of the detailing work will happen. Then they have a special area over there at the back where you will have a lot of work that's be done with restoration. That's going to be motorcycle restoration. Then over there they have a section where they'll be doing wraps. Then on top, that's a section where customers can come, they can chill out. They'll probably have like a pool table or coffee lounge kind of a setup over there. And then over here is where the actual work happens, where you can actually see there's a proper paint booth also, which is actually quite massive. If I go inside, I'll show you. This place can actually hold a proper sedan. Like for example, even right now, there's a massive Innova in there. There's a full size Innova in there with a lot of room for us to wiggle around. 7 meters long. There you go. Thank you so much, Nikhil. Nikhil is, by the way, our man who's done this entire setup, and he's the one who's promised me that in the end of it, my car is going to look as good as new. Also, over here, there's a very special project, which I am going to let you know soon. Let me know if you want to know what this is going. Go down in the comments and let me know if you would like to know more about this build. Trust me, it is something really interesting coming up at these guys' place as well. Desmo One is working on a lot of stuff. Then over here, you've got a bay for, again, this is for detailing, right?
This was for Superbikes mainly.
This is for Superbike services.
Bike sitting beside.
Right. And as you can see, these guys are also working on some pretty special bikes. Of course, wait for them to get fully ready. This is how mostly all the machines look before they are ready. And once they are, this by the way, the customer lounge, right?
Yeah, customer lounge conference.
Nice. And they've got a nice multi-strada right next to it. Man, have you, any of you guys ever ridden this bike? It's mad, okay? This thing is proper brutal fast. Thank you so much for the tour, man. I can't wait for your place to be officially open. Yes. Hopefully it's next week, right?
It should be a week or two.
A week or two. That's when I can imagine getting such a big place with so many different departments getting up and running. It obviously takes a little bit of a while. So yeah, thank you so much for that tour. Yes. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting series. This is part 1. I am going to give you a full update on as we progress. This of course was the first introduction where we got to know about Desmo One, we got to know about the work these guys do. So I hope you stick around for all of these videos. There's a ton of fun content, and of course at each stage of it, I'm going to let you know the costs associated with it, how much money did we save, and also show you and showcase you the quality in which the work has done. And you guys get to decide and tell me if the quality of the work is in line with the savings that we are doing. So I hope you enjoyed this brand new series. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you again in the next one. Till then,